Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with my series entitled Blues Solos with Comping. In this series we learn how to go back and forth between lead guitar and rhythm guitar accompaniment, also known as comping. First I'll perform Blues Solo with comping in the key of F, number 3, and then I'll break it down for you. Here we go. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, let's break down Blues Solo with comping in the key of F number 3. This exercise goes back and forth from lead guitar to rhythm guitar accompaniment, otherwise known as comping. We have a 12-bar blues that I've broken down into 3 parts. We'll go through each of the parts and divide it into its licks, and then you can put them back together. Let's look at the scales that we'll be using in this example. The first scale is the F blues scale at the 1st fret. Now remember, the term blues scale and minor pentatonic are sometimes used interchangeably because the minor pentatonic is the same as the blues scale with the addition of the blue note. The first pattern looks like this. Here's the F blues scale. We will also be using the adjacent pattern of the F minor pentatonic around the 3rd to 4th fret area. Here's F minor pentatonic. And finally, we'll be using a bit of the F major pentatonic around the 1st fret. It looks like this. Now that we've looked at the scales, let's go on to part 1. Okay, so the first lick is a pickup lick. That means we're starting in an incomplete measure and we're going to start on beat 2. So beat 1 goes by 1 and then we come in with this triplet, and it's in the F minor pentatonic scale, starting with the quarter bend. And then we go into the major pentatonic scale. And then back to the minor. Bend, release, pull off, ending on the root F. And then we go into our comping pattern, which is based on an abbreviated F7th chord. So we have the flat 7, the major 3rd, and the 5th here, and you're going to hear a little bit of the minor 3rd as well because we're going to hammer on with our middle finger here. That gives it a nice bluesy sound. Then we're going to go over here for the comping pattern, and we're barring across the 3rd fret on the 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. This is a B flat triad, but we're not really changing to a B flat chord here. This is just movement around the F7th harmony. Then we go back to our F7th. We're going to go into that adjacent F minor pentatonic pattern that we covered, and I have a double stop, and I'm going to slide into it sort of from a nondescript place, about a fretish. So I've got triplets, triplet, triplet. Then I come back over to the first fret area with a hammer on. So I'm hammering on the minor third into the major third. And then up the major pentatonic. And then back to our comping pattern. Let's put those together. Now, on to part 2. So, part 2, we start with this lick. We're moving into the adjacent F minor pentatonic pattern that we talked about. So we're going to slide in, slide back, then we're going to roll our ring finger, and then we have a bend, release, pull off, ending the lick on B flat. This is good because we're headed into the B flat chord, or we're starting the B flat bar there when we hit the note B flat. So we're using the B flat to outline the chord change, the move to the B flat 7th chord, which is the 4th chord in our chord progression. So then we'll move up to the 6th fret to do our comping pattern. This is the same comping pattern that we used for F7th, but it's now adjusted for B flat 7th. So we're going to start with the abbreviated dominant chord, B flat 7. We have flat 7, 3, and 5, and we're hammering on from under the bar. You hear the minor third. Then we go over to this triad, which is now E flat, and then back to the abbreviated dominant chord, B flat. So, and then we head down to the 1st fret-ish to 4th fret-ish area, and we play this double stop. Now, conveniently, we're on B flat here, and these two notes are part of the B flat 7th chord. This is the 3rd of the B flat 7, and this is the 7th of the chord, so we're using chord tones here. Then we go into an F minor pentatonic lick. So we're going to bend here, whole step, roll our index across the 1st fret, and then we have a whole step bend here to the note F. And then we go back to our F comping pattern. Let's put that together. Here's part 3. So this lick descends right down the F blues scale, and we're going to start at the 4th fret with a quarter bend and go down the blues scale in triplets. Notice that I ended here on the note C. This is useful here because we're leading into the C 7th chord, which is the 5 chord of our 12-bar blues progression, and this would be the root. So we've successfully landed on the note C when the C chord change starts, and then we're going to play C 9th chord. So in this C 9th chord we have a root, 3rd, flat 7, 9, and you can play the 5 on the top if you want. And we're going to take this voicing and move it down chromatically until we're on B flat. So C9, B9, B flat 9. Notice that the B flat 9th uses an open D string. And then we have our next lick. So we have a whole step bend, bend, release, pull off, and then finger roll here. And then we have our abbreviated F 7th chord. Then we have D flat 9th, which is a half step above the C 9th, down to the C 9th, and then we're going to end on F 13th. The voicing here is flat 7, 3, 6, and root. Let's put that last part together. That's it for Blues Solo with Comping in the key of F number 3. I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music, and I hope to see you back on my channel soon.